everybody, and welcome to the channel Crossing the Spiritual Streams. My name is Tandra, and today we're going to do a Tarot Pick-a-Pile card reading on what messages the universe has for you. And if you're unfamiliar with pick-a-pile readings, basically we have three different piles here to choose from. Pile 1, Pile 2, and Pile 3. And we have different question marks here. We have the purple, the green, and the peach question marks, and so that might help you decide which pile to pick. And basically you go with your gut instinct, and whichever pile you're most drawn to, that's the pile you watch and you get your messages from. It is possible to be drawn to more than one pile or even all three, because sometimes there are messages in more than one pile for some people. So if that's the case, you can watch more than one pile. If not, you just watch the one that you're most drawn to do. If you're having trouble deciding, you can go and put numbers like 1, 2, 3, or the colors purple, green, peach, something like that, on a piece of paper or something, and mix them up and ask the universe to help you pick, and then you pick one at random and watch that one. That could work, that kind of thing. So if you're having trouble, you can do that. I would like to take this opportunity to thank everybody who has subscribed to the channel. It is free to do so. That has liked all of the videos that they've liked, that they've shared the channel with their friends and family, and left us comments in the comments section. All of those things are very useful to the channel. It helps us grow. Our next goal is to hit 500 subscribers, because we're still kind of small on YouTube. And that's kind of our next goal. We keep having goals. So everything we can do to help us reach that, that would be way awesome. Okay, guys, we're going to give you a moment or so to reflect on the piles here in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and pre-pick our charms, because if you've ever watched our particular readings, you know I like to do charms with them. We also do our oracle spheres a little later, where you can be asking a yes or no type of question and get an answer to that. We have our tarot cards, our oracle cards, and then our charms as well for each reading. Sometimes I do like to pre-pick the charms, and so we're going to go ahead and do that for each of you guys. That also might help you decide which reading you would like to go to. One goes in there as well. Alrighty, so there's our charms. We're going to give you a moment or so to reflect on the piles, and then when you are ready, in the description there will be a link with a timestamp for each of the readings, and you can go directly to your reading. So we'll see you there. Pile 1, and welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose the purple question mark here, we're going to go ahead and we will get your tarot cards, and we'll do your charms, and we'll see where we're at on that. Let's go ahead and look at your cards. Okay, first of all, we have 36 cross. Okay. Then we have the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Knave of Cups, the Two of Wands, the Judgment card, the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Lovers. Okay. Okay, that's interesting to me, because right off the bat, I see some movement. I see lots of aggression, lots of movement, lots of possible fights and other things. And what's interesting here is the cross card generally means burdens or, it's kind of like the carrying, everybody has their cross to bear, that sort of energy involved with it. Um, and with the cards that we have laid out here, I do see that maybe you guys have been going through some sort of strife. And honestly, I kind of feel like it may be in your love life. It could be in other areas of your life as well, but I get a strong feeling it's probably in your love life, or possibly so for many of you. And that you guys have gone through some kind of rough battles isn't even the right word. Some rough time of it. For instance, I see here the Seven of Swords. That energy is very much the getting prepared because you know something is coming up. She's stealing the swords away from the enemy so that they can't use them to attack her. So it's a kind of a preemptive strike kind of thing. I see this Eight of Wands here where she's on her motorcycle. She's running as fast as she can, but these wands are going so fast that she's not even able to outrun them. I see the Knight of Wands, which is, a knight that's always, it deals a lot with your passions and fiery spirit and those kinds of things. And, he's ready to go out there and fight. We do have the Lover's card and the Judgment card. And with both of those, I almost see, like, it's interesting how this specific Judgment card has the Three of Swords tarot card in it that the cat is laying out and looking at, because the Three of Swords often shows some sort of heartache in possibly romance, possibly relationship matters, and other things. And it's interesting how we have the Judgment card here and then the Lovers, where they literally look like they're being judged or judgment is being enacted upon them on this particular Lovers card, because it's the more traditional Lovers card. And we even have the King of Wands here, which looks very stern. Once again, the Wands is a passionate, fiery energy. He very much looks like he could be, in judgment or putting judgment. He is in control. He's very bold, that kind of king. So we have all of those energies going on here. So what's interesting here is I see that I really feel like you guys have had this kind of energy going on for a while. You feel like you need to do preemptive strikes to help protect yourself. You feel like you need to run away from some situations, or that you can't outrun the energies and the other things that are out there to get you. You do feel like you need to be bold and fight, or that you have had to fight, and also that somebody might be passing judgment upon you for your choices that you've made and some other things like that. So I do see that whole energy going on here. But I also see what's really interesting here is with this cross energy as well is the Six of Clubs. Now the clubs are the Wands energy, but it's being the six, it's a more stable energy. It's the more getting accolades for what you've managed to do for the community or for yourself. So you're getting recognition and also reaching more stability. We also have the Ace of Swords, which to me not only shows being prepared for battle and whatnot because of the swords energy, but also the Ace is a new beginning, a new start, new clarity, getting new clarity, seeing things from what they really are and not the illusion that the swords energy sometimes can provide. We also have the Two of Wands, which the two is a little bit more stable energy. It kind of goes along with the Lover's card in that it's a two, and the twos, often show a coming together and whatnot. So that's interesting. We also have the Knave of Cups, which the Page of Cups is the dreamer. He's naive, he's innocent, has his head in the clouds. But this particular Knave of Cups cards, okay, they're young owls, so they are young, but they're owls, which denote wisdom and so forth. So I feel like this kind of burden that you've been dealing with, these kind of things that you've had to go through, are gaining you wisdom. Okay, it's a karmic lesson. It's something that you needed to go through for whatever reason, which we may not ever know what that reason is, but it was important for your development and for your growth. Okay, so I think that's the big message here is like, yes, you've gone through these trials, you've gone through these things, but you're gaining wisdom and whatever you've learned from that. I think the charms might hopefully be able to shed more light on this as well, because we also have the Wheel of Fortune card. And the Wheel of Fortune to me shows a changing of things up, the moving of the fortunes from one season to the next. It's kind of like everything has its season. There's a time for everything and everything in its place. And that there was a time for you to go through these experiences and learn what you needed to learn. And there's also a time to move on and move forward and get your new start and take that wisdom and do something with it. Okay, so that's kind of the energy we're getting here. Let's look at the charms to see what other messages or things that we have that go along with this, because I really feel like this was kind of the setup, but now we get to find out a little bit more about specifically what's going on here. Okay, let's take a look at our charms that we have here. Oh yeah, okay, this is interesting. We have a cross again. Which shows that you need to have faith, that everything is going to work out okay, because I really also see the cross not just as we have burdens that we need to do or things that we have to go through in this life to learn certain lessons. Ooh, sorry about that, guys. Let's see if I can get that back where we need to have it here. That was not my intention there. My chair moved and hit everything. Woo! Okay, so sorry about that. I try very hard not to do that. I know it's hard when things jerk. Okay, but I also see the cross as a sign of faith and having faith. And I think it's important to have faith that everything's going to be okay and that you're going to get this stability. We also have the word faith in of itself as well. So I think that that really, really, really shows that it's important that you have faith, that everything's going to work out okay, and that you're going to learn lessons, and that it's okay. These battles, you're going to come out stronger for them. We do have the dragon energy again, which is another Wands energy. But what I see here by getting the dragon is that you are strong. That, these fiery passions that you've had to deal with, these things, look, she's smart enough to be preemptive. She's also smart enough to get away from the situation when it's important enough to do so. And so that's the kind of energy that I want you to pull from this, is that you're smart. You have the owl energy. You know how to pull forward. We do have the butterfly here, which to me shows a transformational energy. So I really see that you could transform from this. You've learned the lessons you need to learn. You've done the kind of things you've needed to do. And now it's time to move forward and to all these trials and tribulations and things that you've been dealing with. It's now time to move forward and take the next step and take the next leap in the journey. This might be dealing a little bit with children. And the reason why I say that is we do have the bow here, which I sometimes see as a little girl's bow. We also have the winged moon here, which to me usually shows that spirit is looking down on you and protecting you and doing stuff, but it also shows to me maybe passed on loved ones or other things working with you. We also have the Four of Diamonds, which the four is a stable home type of energy. The 4 is a stable number. It's a foundational number. It also means home and that kind of thing. And being the diamonds, that's the pentacles, that deals with your earthly matters, the things that you care about on this earth. And it's also interesting because we have the forever charm. We also have the moon here, which once again, the moon and the star, showing spirit looking down on you and other things. But we also have the perhaps love circle. And what I get from that, and what's really important here with that, also with the heart kitty, I see lots of hearts and love and emotions, and we had the lover energy and some other things. And I feel like you guys are protecting your heart from something. It may not be an actual love romance. It could be other heartache of some sort, or dealing with other losses of some sort. But whatever it is you're protecting your heart from, it's time to go ahead and let love back in. It's time to go ahead and make that transformational energy of the butterfly. And it's time to do that. And I think that's the important message that we're getting here. We do have the strength of the dragon. We also have the strength of the hummingbird. I know a lot of hummingbirds think, they're kind of flighty and they don't necessarily think of strength. But when I see a hummingbird, that's one of the first things I think of is how strong they are, especially for, what they look like and how fragile they look. But they're not as fragile as they look. They're much stronger than you would think, given what they look like. I also see the money bag symbol, which usually means success. Not necessarily monetary success, but it could be. But in this case, because I think it's more of an emotional type of reading, I think it's emotional success. That you're on your way to more emotional happiness and reaching that kind of pinnacle. We have every journey starts with one step. So now's your time to take your one step forward on this journey of healing and getting past these things that you had to go through and that you have gone through. It's time to move forward now. That's the message that's coming through very strongly. We also have an S, which is just one letter, so it could be an initial. It could mean something specifically to you. It could be, the beginning of a word that you think of when you see the word S. So from that point of view, we'll just let you kind of go with that. We also have the musical symbol here, which I almost always interpret as harmony of some sort, or getting back into a harmonious type of state, a more stable kind of state like the 4 shows here. And I really feel like your life can reach for that now. I really feel like that is the journey that it's time for you to start moving forward. The perhaps love circle was really important here because it's perhaps time that you open your heart back out to love again, and that you open yourself back up from the pain that you've been going through. That it was okay to block yourself off when you're healing and needing to heal and doing so, but now's the time to open up just a little bit, just that first step. Just take that one little bitty tiny journey to open up a little bit and move that one step closer to opening up for love again. Okay. We do have our oracle spheres here, so basically if you've thought of your yes or no type of question that you'd like to get an answer to, we have 4 different stands here that you can pick from. We have red, bronze, gold, and green, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you pick which stand you would like your answer to appear on, and then we'll get our answers, okay? Now remember, this is a yes or no style question that we're looking for here, and the answer for number 1 is not likely. Number 2 is not sure. To me, that either denotes the question was not very clear, or there's other things that need to play out first before the answer can be given, because sometimes certain things have to play a certain way before we know the outcome. Number 3 is very likely, and number 4 is a yes. Okay, so we have a number 1 red, not likely, number 2 bronze, not sure, number 3 gold, very likely, and a number 4 green, yes. Okay, so there's our oracle sphere answers for this particular reading. Guys, I really hope you had some important messages come through in this reading. I hope they'll help you out quite a bit. if you like the reading, or even if you didn't like the reading, give us a thumbs up, give us a thumbs down, whatever. I know this was a very rough reading, and for some of you guys, it may be a thumbs down kind of reading for you, because maybe it was stuff you didn't like to hear or didn't like brought up. And I understand that, but I have to say what comes through, so there you go. But I understand. But either way, respond. Let us know. Leave comments in the comments section. Do share the channel with your friends and family. I do think a lot of people out there can get benefit from either this video or other videos that we have. We have lots of timeless tarot readings on the channel on lots of different topics that might be of interest to you or other people. So definitely put us out there for that reason. That would be great. Also, if you get a chance to subscribe to the channel, we really would appreciate that as well. And hit the bell icon. That way you can be notified of future videos when we put them out. All right, guys. We look forward to seeing you again in future readings, and I really hope we have some great messages for you. May the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose the green question marks here. We do have your charms, which we'll get to a little later in the reading. And we have our oracle spheres that we're also going to do later on, where you could be thinking of your yes or no type of question that you'd like to get an answer to. But we also have our tarot cards. And remember, this is on what messages does the universe have for you. It could be about anything. So let's see what we've got going here. We got number 25, ring, which is also the Ace of Clubs. We have the Fool card, the Moon card, the Hanged Man. Oh, this is interesting. And turn him the right way. All right. We got the Wheel of Fortune, the Nine of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Death card. Oh, see, this is very intriguing. The Ace of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. Wow. Okay. I really kind of see some kind of decision happening here, that you guys are going to have some decision. I really feel like it might have something to do with commitment. It could actually be a proposal, or a proposal to move in with somebody, or to join yourselves with somebody in a partnership of some sort. That could be the decision that you need to make. If that doesn't resonate with you for some reason, there could be another decision here. There's some sort of commitment you're needing to make of some sort. If it's not in a relationship sort of thing, it could have to do with contracts or partnerships or ventures or other things like that. Basically, this just has to do with there's some sort of commitment out there that you're needing to make a decision about. Okay, so whatever that commitment is, each of you will know if there's been a commitment out there or something out there that that you need to make. I'm not sure we're actually going to get an answer of which way you need to decide. Although if that does come through in the reading today, like when we look at charms or something, I will say, hey, you should do it or you shouldn't do it. But generally, those kinds of things don't always come through. The universe usually wants us to go along with our hearts and the way that feels. One of the reasons why I think you do have a decision to make is we do have the Hanged Man here. We do have the ring, which symbolizes a commitment of some sort. We also have the Fool card, which usually means going out on some sort of journey. The Moon card, which usually means your intuition or dealing with your intuition. The Death card is usually dealing with, and it's right interesting too because it came right beside the Ace of Pentacles. The Death card usually means completing up one phase and then moving on to another. The Ace usually denotes a new beginning and a new start. So if you make a commitment, or if you're making a decision about making a commitment, because we also have the Two of Pentacles, which can often also denote needing to balance things, or possibly making a decision, or going one way or the other. Because of the types of cards that you have here, That's why I really felt like you really have strongly that you have a decision to make, that there is some sort of decision on the horizon. Either you're already working on trying to make it, or it's going to be offered to you very soon and you're going to need to make it. And when you do, it will be an end to one phase of your life and a beginning of another, no matter how you decide. Okay? Um, because let's just give an example, okay? This isn't like the way the decision is for every one of you, but let's just give an example. Let's say somebody has offered a marriage proposal to you. And there's a couple different scenarios here. Let's say you're not sure if you want to get married now, or you're not sure if this is the right person you should get married to, let's say. Or maybe there's somebody else in the picture that you would rather be closer to, so you're not sure you want to be with this person. So let's say you decide not to marry them because you're just not ready, or it doesn't feel right, or they're not the right person. That is still a death of one phase of your life, because I think in effect that's probably going to end that relationship, or at least change the dynamics of it for them on. Or let's say you're very excited about the proposal, you very much want to marry this person, and you say yes. Once again, that is going to be a death of one phase of your life and a moving forward with something new. Okay? So no matter how you decide this decision, and no matter what the decision is about, it doesn't have to be about marriage, it's just a commitment of some sort. It could be in work, it could be in finances, it could be in a partnership, it could be about pretty much anything. But whatever this decision is about, whichever way you go, it's going to change your life. Okay? It's going, one phase of your life is going to end and a new phase is going to begin. Okay? It is important to follow your intuition on this decision, no matter how you decide. And I get that from the Moon card, but I also get it from this Wheel of Fortune card. The Wheel of Fortune card also shows that it's a change up. It's time for something to turn. The Wheel of Fortune a lot of times means, and in this case I do think it means this as well, along with your Ace of Pentacles, is that this should turn out well for you. However you decide it, if you follow your heart, you follow your instincts, this should turn out to be a good decision for you, because of the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Pentacles here. But also the Wheel of Fortune also means in that things turn, things move. So they go from one phase to the next phase to the next phase. So if you're in one phase of your life or one phase of your thing, and then when the wheel decides to turn, now it's time to move on to the next thing or the next phase. It's kind of like the planting of the seasons. You plant in the spring, you sow, and you grow during the summer, and then you harvest in the fall, and then you let rest, in the wintertime, and then you start the process all over again. And so whatever phase of life you're in, whatever phase that you're in and where this decision is, it's now time to move on to the next thing. Okay, so that's what the Wheel of Fortune is kind of denoting here. The Hangman does denote there needs to be some sort of clarity and decision. And the Fool card also, because the Fool card follows their heart. They follow their instincts. They go on the grand journey. They're ready to go on the next phase of their life and the next journey. And that's kind of where you're at right now. You're on to the next phase. You're on to the next thing in your journey. It is interesting how we have the Five of Wands here as well. It's also following your passions. The Wands energy is your passions. It's something you're very passionate about. It's something you very much care about. And the Five is the youths or the young people. They're fighting with sticks. They're not actually fighting with weapons. They're learning to fight. They're training. They're kind of in the training mode. And I think that kind of symbolizes the newness of this, or that, this would be a new phase for you. This would be a training mode kind of thing for you. The Nine of Wands is also interesting here as well, because nines usually are close to the completion energy, and the Death card is a completion energy. So we are talking about maybe ending one type of thing and then moving on to the next and going on to a new phase, because we were talking about that earlier. So this kind of all denotes that kind of, everything in the reading is kind of denoting that. I also found it intriguing that this particular Wheel of Fortune has kind of a Ouija board theme to it, which once again, that's getting an answer of should I do this, should I not do this, or getting an answer from spirit of whatever. Spirit is trying to help guide you. Spirit is trying to help you with this decision. Like I said, I'm not sure we're going to get an answer today. I'm not even sure why I even brought up that we might get an answer, because I don't think I ever have in the past, but it's possible we actually will get an answer of yes, you should go for it, or no, you shouldn't. Right now, I'm leaning towards the yes, but where I'm really leaning more than anything else is following your gut instinct and your intuition and what you think will make you happy. Okay? I always err on the side of that anyway, because that's just what the universe wants us to do. We always have free will, and honestly, our gut instinct usually won't lead us astray or lead us wrong. We'll go ahead and get our charms here to see if we have any other messages on that front or anything else that might help us along with this decision. Okay, so, whoops. Okay. All right, the die came out as a number 3, and the 3 to me can denote many things. One of the things is your creativity, your passion, your desires, your things like that. So that's one of the first thing that came through for me there. So definitely that should be an important message for some of you guys. We do have the dove message here, which means Spirit is trying to send you messages. They're trying to give you the message that you want. They're trying to help you a little bit with this. Maybe you've been asking for guidance. Once again, we have the feather here. That's also from Spirit. They're trying very hard to give you guidance on this. They're trying very hard to help you decide what's right. And I've got some other messages coming through here that maybe they've managed to come through here, and hopefully we do have the Cupid. So once again, if this is a love matter or a partnership matter from that point of view, with Cupid being there, I kind of see it as a good thing or a go. Okay. You know, to me, that just seems, you know, kind of where that goes. It's interesting that we do have the Friends Forever heart. So, you know, once again, if this is about a romantic relationship, maybe you just want to be friends, or maybe you don't want to take it to the next level and the Friends Forever, or it just means that you have that special bond and it's a good idea to go ahead and go for it. So that can mean either way. So once again, your intuition is going to be very important here. You know, what is your heart telling you to do? We do have the balloons, which to me shows joy, celebration, happiness, and so I definitely think, you know, that's important to think about that. We have a V and an N here. Those could be initials. Those could be specific words come out for you when you think of those, or other things that come through. So that might be a message that might help you make your decision, because it might mean something specifically to you. So, you know, you can go forward with those. We do have the Two of Cups here, which once again shows that kind of energy of coming together and a partnership. So if this is a partnership type of situation, either in finances or in romance, I do think the time might be right to go ahead and make that leap and go forward. That is kind of the feeling I'm getting. But once again, if it's something that doesn't feel right to you, don't do it, please. But I'm just saying the answer that's kind of coming through for me is that things seem to be, you know, good and right here. We do have the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands again, which is intriguing to me because those, once again, are completion energies. The Nine of Swords is very much a being very afraid, very worried, very nervous, very, you know, having nightmares about situation, not sure how things are going to go, and not wanting to face the situation. And so maybe this has been a hard decision for you, or something, you know, that's been a little difficult for you to go on. But by being the 9, as we talked about earlier with the 9 of Wands, it should show that you are almost at the end of this journey, almost at the end of this, the worries and the things that you've had to go through and the things that you've had to deal with, because the Nine of Wands also represents recovering and facing life and getting help when needed and that kind of thing. So you have that doubled up in your reading, so I think that that might be an important, message for you. We also have the hacksaw, which to me, hacksaws can denote a couple of different things. One, it could be pruning away the old, hacking away at the old things and getting rid of it, just chopping it off. Or it can mean building something new, because it's used in the building trade. So you can take that message whichever way you would like to take it. We do have the lantern here, which usually shows a guiding light, or that following your intuition is really important, because the lantern's in the hermit energy, often in the moon energy as well. And it just shows that your intuition will guide you in the right direction. Okay, so that's really important. You do have the key here. Keys are always cool for me when they show up in a reading, because it means you have the key. And it's interesting because this is the crown key. This is like the royal key. This is like you have the key to, your ultimate leadership, your ultimate role, your up and coming role, basically, reaching the top kind of thing. So we also have the four-leaf clover as well. So both of those things show that you have some luck on your side. You have some good fortune. The Wheel of Fortune also showed up in your reading. So, some good fortune should be coming your way. We do have the comb, which to me also kind of shows that a little bit. It's where you feel, good about yourself. You get, dolled up and ready to go to a party or do something fancy or that kind of thing. We do have health, happiness. If you have health and your happiness and treasure, so once again, the biggest thing is to find treasure in your happiness. We do have imagined and protected. The protected is very much true, like I said, with the feathers and other things coming from spirit. You are protected in this journey. You are protected with what you're thinking of and what you're going through. And also imagine, with the Wands energy that we had going on here, the Wands energy is very much not just some of, your what you would like to do, but it's also dealing with your connection with spirit. It also deals with your creativity and your imagination, and so does the moon card and the fool card and some of these other things. And so if this has to do with taking that next step or that leap, that commitment to follow your passion, follow your dreams, follow your imagination, and following your heart, for those of you that this isn't dealing with a partnership, then I do think that now is the right time to take that leap. Okay? That's kind of the messages we're getting here. We do have the unicorn, which is another imagination. It's another following, your dreams, following, the magical energies. We do have the butterfly as well. So it's that transformational energy. It's, and I almost see the transformation with the comb as well, from going to, somebody who's drab and dull to somebody who's all dolled up and ready to party and whatever. We do also have the musical instrument, which is kind of a harmony. We also have find joy in the journey. Whenever that message pops up for me, that means don't get stuck in the worries. Don't get stuck in the what ifs. Don't get stuck in looking at the future so hard of what it could be or what it might be or what it's going, that you're not paying attention to right now, and that you're not enjoying the steps that you're taking in this moment. Because if we get stuck in the future, either dreaming about it so much that we're not grounded in the present, or that we're worried about it so much, like what the Nine of Swords might show, that we forget to take our steps right now. We forget to move forward right now, and we don't enjoy life. We just worry the whole way through. And I think it's really important for you not to do that. Okay, let's go ahead and do our oracle spheres. This might be a message from Spirit. I'm also going to do something else, which I haven't done in these readings, but I really feel like it's important in this reading to do so. And I'm going to do it here in just a moment. But I'm going to do the oracle spheres first. So we'll go ahead and do that. Basically, the oracle spheres, if you've not seen these before, basically what they're for is you ask a yes or no type of question that you would like to get an answer to. And we have 4 different stands that you can choose from here for your answer to appear on. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4, red, bronze, gold, and green. And you decide which stand you want your answer to appear on, and then we'll get our answers. Okay? The first one, red, is a no. The second one, bronze, is a very likely. The third one, gold, is a maybe. And the fourth one, green, is a not now. Okay, so number 1, red, is a no. Number 2, bronze, is a very likely. Number 3, gold, is a maybe. And a number 4, green, is a not now. Okay, now remember, these are just general energies. They may not resonate with every single person. A lot of people watch the videos and, with whatever stand you picked, maybe if that answer does not resonate with you in any way, shape, or form, don't go with it, okay? Just to let you know that. But what I'm going to do here is something I do in our rune readings that we do every week, and I usually don't do them in the tarot readings, but in this case I felt compelled to do so. What these are is I'm going to pull some angel numbers, and you can pick a stand that you would like your number to appear on. We have green, gold, and purple, 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to pull some angel numbers here. And if you go to one of the rune readings, in the description of one of our rune readings that we do every weekly on Mondays, every number has some keywords and phrases in the description that goes along with that number. Or if you don't want to go there to look, you can just type in the number out on the internet, angel number, whatever, that pops up. And what this is going to do is it's going to give you some specific things to look at or focus on, or that your spirit guides and spirit and angels are trying to direct you towards. It's going to be just a little bit more information for you, okay, is how this is going to work. And I felt compelled to do it, so I'm going to do it. All right, number 1, green. The first thing is a 15. Number 2, gold, is a 21. And a number 3, purple, is an 11. Okay, that's a master number. I always like it when master numbers show up. Okay, so you've got the green 15, gold 21, and purple 11. And remember, like I said, you can just type in angel number 15, and it'll tell you all about that number, or 21 or 11. And then that might give you some more things to focus on, or something else that you need to pay attention to, or the angels are trying to tell you some specific message that they're trying to give you. I really felt like I needed to do that this time, so I did that. Also, on our rune readings every week, we do angel numbers every week that have specific information, so you might check those out as well. All right, guys, this is what came through for you all. I hope it was very helpful to you. Please give the video a thumbs up. Share the channel with your friends and family. Put it out there on Facebook and any other social media you can think of, Twitter and everywhere else. And give your friends and family an opportunity to check us out as well. Maybe we have some important messages for them. Also, check out our other videos on the channel. We have lots of timeless tarot readings on lots of topics that might be of use to you. We also have videos on how to read tarot cards. We have, like I said earlier, our weekly rune readings that we do. So we have lots of different opportunities for you to get some information that you might like as well. Also, if you haven't done so, subscribing to the channel is really important. And if you hit the bell icon, you can be notified of future videos whenever they come out. Okay, guys, we very much appreciated having you here today, and we look forward to seeing you in future readings. May the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, reading 3, and welcome to you reading. Those of you that chose the peach question marks here, and this is messages that the universe has for you. So we'll see what they've got available. We do have your charms we're going to look at here in a little bit. We do have our oracle spheres that we're going to do later, so you can be thinking of a yes or no question that you'd like to get an answer to. And then we have our cards here. So let's take a look at what we have. All right, we have the Tower card, the number 19. It's also the 6 of spades. All right, we have the King of Wands, the King of Cups, the King of Pentacles. Wow, that's intriguing. The 5 of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the Knave of Swords, wow, the Queen of Cups, the 10 of Cups, and the Everything is Fine 10 of Swords card. Wowzers. Whew. Interesting. I'm not sure I've seen a reading like this ever. The Tower card is interesting because in the tarot cards, when the Tower card shows up, it usually means some big, that things might come tumbling down, that a big change is about to happen, that an unexpected thing. But in the Tower card in the Lenormand deck, it deals with protection, permanence, institutions, and stability. Okay, so because you notice how it's not being, lightning's not striking it, people aren't falling off of it. It's a symbol of permanence and stability and other things. And also it's the 6 of spades, and 6s are also a very stable number. Very much of a, I'm trying to think of how I want to put that. 6s are very much a, things being more permanent, more, it's okay, it's not the rocky, fighting, it's not the, those kinds of things. So that's interesting that card showed up. Also, with all of these kings here, and even the queen, this to me shows you're dealing with a lot of authority, okay? There's a lot of authority figures in your reading. There's a lot of institution type stuff. There's a lot of authority figures. There's, people out there that are in control of your life, okay? Normally when these kings and queens show up, it usually means or can mean, some pretty positive things, and I do have some positive stuff coming here, but not because of these guys. This is interesting how these guys are in charge of their kingdoms. They go out and tell people to fight. They go out and, they're in charge of everything. They're the ones who tell you what to do. They're the ones who decide what land you get. They're the ones who, give you, trophies and other things like that. Okay, the kings and queens, that's what they decide. That's what they do. The tower, they usually live in towers or near towers or, have towers on their property. Once again, that represents the stability and permanence and authority that is over you. And I really feel like you've had a lot of authority almost oppressing you, to be quite honest. I think that's kind of where this Everything is Fine card is coming from. I really feel like you feel very oppressed. Very much that, everybody is just stabbing at you. They're pushing at you really hard. They're sending you out on these, in these battles that you feel ill-equipped to handle. This could be dealing with work. This could be dealing with finances. This could be dealing with your home. This could be dealing with pretty much anything. But I feel like you feel like people have been sending you out on these, like I said, almost the feeling I get is almost like you've being sent out to fight wars that you don't feel prepared to fight, and that you feel overwhelmed and down for the count because they sent you out ill-equipped to fight these fights. Okay? If that makes any type of solution. The Five of Swords usually denotes coming back from a battle, maybe victorious, but with heavy losses, that kind of thing. It can often mean cutting your losses or go ahead and, quitting while you're ahead, kind of attitude and that kind of thing. Okay, so with these energies all going on here, that's the energy I'm getting. I feel like you've been sent out into the world and into, this could be job related, this could be, your bosses are sending you out and telling you, here, go do this project, or they're not telling you how to do it, or it could be, school projects, teacher tells you, hey, go out and do this and this and this, but they're not telling you anything about what you're doing. Or it could be family related where, they're like, hey, be able to take care of this, this, and this, and this in the family, but you don't have enough finances to do it, or you don't have enough knowledge of how to organize these things. Or it could be, almost anything in your life. I'm just throwing out some examples there. But I really feel like you guys know what I'm talking about here, that you guys are really feeling like you've been sent out ill-equipped to deal with the things that you're having to deal with. But, we do have a couple of cards here that show that actually you're more equipped than you think you are. Okay, first of all, with the Everything is Fine card, it's a bonus card in this deck. It's the Ten of Swords. There actually is a Ten of Swords card as well, but there's one that looks just like it that says everything is fine. And whenever that one pops up to me, I always get the idea of, okay, you feel very overwhelmed. You feel like you can't get back up. You feel like everything is downtrodden. You feel like you've been beaten down. But you can get back up. You're not bleeding to death. You're not dying. You're not dead, like a lot of times the Ten of Swords card will show. You're not dead. The battle's over now. You're able to come back from it. You're able to move forward. You have your cell phone here in your hand. You can call for help. Help is out there. Help can come get you. And they will come get you and they can take care of you. So that's one card that shows it. But we also have this Knave of Swords. And the knaves are the pages. And the pages are more youthful energies. They're the ones who help us prepare for the battles. They're the ones who bring us, our armor and other things like that. And this particular Knave of Swords has a key in his hand to unlock this door and this lock. So this knave is bringing you the key to be able to move through that next phase, move to the next door, and go on and be able to complete the missions that you've been sent out on. Because, let's say like you feel like you're in a locked room with no way out and you have no way of going forward, but this knave is giving you the key. So you have the resources it takes. You have what it takes to be able to move forward, to be able to move on. We also have the Ace of Cups, which aces almost always denote new projects, also overflowing abundance, overflowing other things. Also with the owl on this particular one, that always denotes to me wisdom. So with whatever you've been dealing with, whatever oppressive nature of, bosses and kings and authority figures and other people being oppressive to you, you have gained a lot of knowledge from that. You have learned a lot more than you think you have, and you now have the keys to be able to navigate and actually complete the tasks that you've been given and go forward. So if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel very anxious, just know you have the key to move forward and get through that, because we also have the Ten of Cups card. And the Ten of Cups card is one of my favorite cards in the deck because it shows absolute emotional happiness, completion energy. It's the other 10 energy. You know, we've got the 10 with the everything's fine. We've got the, you know, happy family. We've got the rainbow, the cups in the air, everything going on. It's one of my favorite cards in the deck because to me it shows, you know, the ultimate happiness you can reach, the ultimate, you know, ending of the journey, basically, that, okay, you go through life's journey, you go through the journey of, you know, the different things that, you know, the battles you have to fight, the other things that you have to win, but this is what is at the end for you. This is, you know, the ultimate. And with you having the key here, you have the key to this success and this happiness, based on, you know, what you've been going through so far. So when you feel overwhelmed, or you feel like you're ill-equipped, or you feel like you don't have what it takes, the message here is you do have it. You do have the key. The key is being offered to you. The key is right there for you to take. It's right available to you. And also the happiness at the end, the total emotional joy at the end of the journey, on the wisdom that you get from the Ace of Cups here is also available to you. Let's take a look at our charms and see if we have anything else here that might clarify this a little more, or even give us other messages. I really think that message is pretty awesome and pretty clear, but let's see what else we got. Alrighty. Wow, this is interesting. Okay. We have a WPL. Okay, those might be initials. Those might mean something specifically to you. You might be able to form specific words with them, or think of certain words when you see those. So I'm just going to let you kind of move with those and do what you need to do with those. But we have, oof, this is interesting. We have a warrior and a brave and an imagine. Now, this is interesting. Like I said, I kept feeling like you were being sent out on battles that you felt ill-equipped to handle. And this is telling you that to be a brave warrior and imagine, you know, the ending. Imagine, you know, getting through the fight. Imagine, you know, getting through that, because, you know, you're going to be able to get through it. That you're not going to come back, you know, totally at the end, you know, totally decimated without able to reach the ultimate happiness. So I find that very intriguing that kind of came through that way. I also like the imagine, because imagination is very important to help get us through a lot of things. What is for you will not pass you by. I always like that one when it shows up, because it shows to me that you might feel like, oh my gosh, when am I going to get my reward? I've gone through all of this other stuff. You know, when am I going to get the medal? When am I going to get the riches? When am I going to get the good job? When am I going to get the good relationship? When am I going to have my happy family? You know, when are these things going to happen? Because I've had to do all these other things, and I really understand that feeling. I really know what it's like to have that happen to you. And just know that the things that you're meant to have in this lifetime, you know, you're not going to miss out on them. They're going to come to you, okay? They're going to be available to you. You know, they're going to come. They're not going to just, you know, roll forward and forget that you were even there and just walk past you or whatever, okay? I like how we have the mermaid energy and the salamander, and the rooster and the confident kitty, because all of those show to me a certain amount of confidence. A certain amount of, okay, for instance, we have the confident kitty. This kitty's like, hey, I'm cute, I'm awesome, and I know it. And just, you know, look at me. And, you know, they're swishing their tail, and they're looking back, and they're looking at me. The roosters always show confidence. You know, they crow about things. They, you know, go along and say, you know, I'm in charge of, you know, the hen house. I'm in charge of everything. Yay, I've got the confidence. Salamanders also show fiery passions and, you know, kind of almost being in charge as well, because, you know, they've got, you know, that passionate burning energy going on. And then mermaids, they show confidence too, because, you know, the tale of the mermaid, you know, she's willing to leave everything behind in her homeland, and everything that she knows, to be able to live on land, because that's her dream. That's what she wants to do. Okay. And she shows the confidence and the courage that it takes to go ahead and do that. And that's another message for you all as well. That if you've been feeling like you don't have enough confidence to move forward with your dreams or what you would like to accomplish, because you do feel like you get beat down every time you dream about something, or some authority figure says that you can't do that or you shouldn't do that, or that it's not a proper thing for you to be doing, or you get kind of held back by traditions and those kinds of things. If that happens to you guys, just stop to think about the mermaid and the rooster and the confident kitty, that they had enough confidence to go out and do what they wanted and go ahead and do it anyway. And that the universe is trying to give you that confidence. You have the key to open that door. You have the key to go through that door. So if that is the energy that we're talking about, which I think is very possible for a lot of you guys, just know that you have the key and the courage to go forward here. Okay? You are the warrior. You can be brave. You can do that. We also have the heart and the star says dream on it. So to me, this just means follow your heart, wish upon a star, follow your dreams, and you will reach the happiness that you're hoping to get. That, following your dreams, following your heart, following the things that you really want to do. Be brave. Take that first step. Take that leap. Go ahead and move forward with confidence. Be that strong warrior, that you will reach what you need to do. You will go through the trials and tribulations that you need to go through, but you're equipped to be able to do so, and that you have the key to make all of that happen. Okay, so that's it's kind of the metaphors I'm kind of working with here, but that's the whole feeling I'm getting is that you have what it takes to reach what you want to do. Reach for where you want to go. You just have to take that step and do it. Let's go ahead and get your oracle spheres as well. And basically with these, if you've not done them before, is you ask a yes or no type of question that you would like to get an answer to. And we have 4 different stands that the answers can appear on. We have red, bronze, gold, and green, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you pick what stand you would like your answer to appear on. And then we go ahead and get our answers. Oh, we've already got one. All right. Number 1, red, is a very likely. Number 2, bronze, is a not now. Number 3, gold, is a very likely. And a number 4, green, is a no. So number 1, red, is a very likely. Number 2, bronze, is a not now. Number 3, gold, is a very likely. And number 4, green, is a no. So those are answers for our oracle spheres. All right, you guys, I really hope you had some good messages come through for you. I really like this reading a lot today. Some of them, don't always come through the way I would love for them to. But I really like the messages in this reading, and I hope you did as well. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up. Share the channel with your friends and family. Let them check out our videos and the things we have to offer for them. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave us comments in the comments section, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Those things are very useful to the channel and mean a lot to me personally, and I very much appreciate it when you guys do that. Don't forget to check out our other videos. We have rune readings that we do every week on Mondays that kind of give you the general energies for the week, along with your oracle spheres and angel numbers. We also do timeless tarot readings on lots of topics that might be of interest. We have videos on how to read tarot cards and other videos that we put out on other topics as well. All right, guys, we look forward to seeing you in future videos, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.